A lot of people look stupid in round 2 who picked the Bucks and the Clippers, but only one looks bald. This is what happens when you bet against Bull. Don't ever do that. But Casey Baldwin, as Jaden calls me, called the Raptors losing to Boston. Kevin was so offended, he said, "Such disrespect. Thanks for the analysis, but you've lost a sub." I wonder if he and all the other Raptors fans came back, or they're too embarrassed. In this video, I am owning up to round 2 mistakes like playoff P and the Clippers, but I'm also getting some credit too. Hey, it's Casey. Welcome to AM Hoops. Hit subscribe and notification bells. Coming out with 5 videos per week, always at 5 Eastern. Off-season, playoffs, whatever. Check out the podcast, dropping a new episode wherever you listen to podcasts every single Friday morning. And hit me up on Twitter. I'm always on there during games at Casey Kiernan. First off, I was wrong about my pick to win the title, the LA Clippers. Let's start with how bad Paul George was and work our way down. In 2018, Paul George said something he regrets. He was asked about guarding Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I'm used to it. I'm used to this. Y'all ain't met playoff P yet,
huh? We still haven't met it. The worst part isn't shooting 36% against the Mavericks in round 1. It wasn't scoring 10 points in game 7, going 2 for 11 from downtown. It's that the Clippers gave up 5 first-round picks, Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for playoff P. That could go down as the worst trade in recent history. Kawhi Leonard wasn't much better in Game 7. He scored 14 points. Some people say it's not fair, too much to ask Kawhi to carry this team, but no one gets off the hook with 3 straight chances to eliminate Denver. I was wrong about Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell. Denver shut down their pick and roll, and when you don't have that, why are they on the court so much? Trez was so bad, the Clippers were outscored by 37 points with him on the court. Lemon Pepper Lou never scored more than 14 points. I actually put a lot of that on Doc Rivers. Was I the only one who saw that JaMychal Green was clearly the better option? Now the Clippers have one last year with Kawhi and Paul George guaranteed under contract. And if one of those guys walks, it will be really interesting to see where they go. But the Clippers will have given up their future to OKC for nothing. So that means I was also wrong about the Denver Nuggets. What I saw was the Nuggets team that went down 3-1 twice. What I didn't see was the team that would come back from 3-1. I underestimated how battle-tested this team is. 2 years ago, they lost a must-win against Minnesota to get in the playoffs. Heartbreaking. Last year, they won a Game 7 and then barely lost a Game 7 to Portland. They know how to win these games because they've been there before. I said Denver had too many injuries. They leaned on a young guy like Michael Porter Jr. They would lose to the Jazz. Then I basically guaranteed a loss to the Clippers. Both teams blew a 3-1 lead to Denver. Nikola Jokic was the best player in a series with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. His passing, scoring, and rebounding is so fun to watch. I'm glad we get to see it for another round. Some players get triple-doubles for their own stats. Jokic does it to win games. His passes are a thing of beauty, just like Jamal Murray's big shots. The Nuggets have been an amazing comeback team, and I was dead wrong. I was right about the Rockets losing to the Lakers, but that Game 5 was way worse than I thought. Houston barely tried. If they would just play with the heart of Denver, with their talent, maybe good things would happen. Instead, they look like guys who play for individual awards and a paycheck. As long as James Harden and Russell Westbrook are the best players on your team, you'll get a lot of regular season wins, but crash in the postseason. It reminds me of shooting a gun into water. Even a high-powered sniper rifle does nothing. Excuse this low-quality video, but I think Mythbusters does a great job explaining it.
What do you got?
I got a bunch of stuff. It expended all its energy within 3 feet and became totally non-lethal.
At 23 degrees, even the terrifying 50 cal won't get you. Just 14 inches under, and you'd be safe.
Okay, that is ridiculous, just as a fact, but you have to admit it's just like the Rockets. MVP powerful in the regular season, but in the deep end of the playoffs, they are worthless. None of the Rockets stars are winners, and now they don't even have a coach. Mike D'Antoni gave the new owner, Tillman Fertitta, 2 days to call him and talk things over, but he never even texted, so D'Antoni said, "I am out." Reports say they're going to try to change the culture with a new coach, but the issue has nothing to do with D'Antoni, and we clearly saw it in the second round. I was right, though, about the Toronto Raptors. I said their offense wasn't good enough against the Celtics' top 5 defense. I said Jaylen Brown would make Pascal Siakam struggle. Both of those things happened, but it was even crazier than I thought. Siakam struggled so much, it was embarrassing to tell your casual basketball friend, yeah, that guy got a max contract. Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet had to do the clutch scoring with one big OG Anunoby shot mixed in. Toronto fought back from down 2-0 for the same reason Denver avoided elimination 6 times, being battle-tested. If the Raptors just had a superstar on their team, they would have beat Boston, but their fans underestimated the impact of losing Kawhi. The basketball truth that Toronto proved is this: you can have a great coach, a great culture, great role players, but this is a superstar league, and if you don't have one of those, you are not going to win. I predicted they would lose in the second round, and I got that one right. I was wrong, though, about the Miami Heat and the Milwaukee Bucks. I knew the Heat were a tough matchup, but I did not see the Bucks being a bigger disappointment than the Sixers. Goran Dragic and Jimmy Butler stepped up like superstars. Jimmy Buckets especially made me regret saying this: the Heat don't stack up talent-wise with the Bucks. I think Jimmy Buckets will have a really disappointing series, and the Bucks defense will dominate. Oh, that hurts, especially because he was effective all over the court, including from 3. Jimmy Butler literally shot 24% from downtown in the regular season, worst since his rookie year, but 50% from 3 in the playoffs. He is going off. If Dragic played like this with a championship, he'd have a Hall of Fame future like Kyle Lowry. At least he's making the 2011 Rockets wonder why they let both of them go. The Heat's young players are not bothered by the bubble. Tyler Herro literally having the best playoff debut for a Heat rookie since Dwayne Wade. The Bucks are in panic mode right now because Giannis has a big decision to make. The team owner even sat him down and said, "We will spend big money to keep you," which they should have done, by the way, to keep Malcolm Brogdon in the first place. We'll see if that convinces Giannis to stay, but for now, I was wrong about the Heat and the Bucks, and we'll see how far Miami can take this. Look, I do get some things right, but I'm not afraid to say I was wrong. It's fun to make predictions, and honestly, it's fun sometimes when you're wrong. We've never seen a team come back from down 3-1 twice like we've seen from the Denver Nuggets. We're seeing all sorts of unexpected things in the bubble. I can't wait to see what happens next. Support AM Hoops and click subscribe. Don't miss a daily NBA video.